Welcome to the DFS experience for Wednesday, February 16th. We have an 11-game slate. We're going to jump right in. I know most of you guys are waiting for me to come on here and tell you that last night was the worst slate of all time, but I don't have to tell you that last night was the worst slate of all time, because you already know that last night was the worst slate of all time. Listen, I'm gonna try to not even talk about it. We're gonna start with DRAFTKINGS. We're gonna start with point guard. We got Mr. Murray, 11K, fantasy monster, playing LeBron against Utah. Listen, the Lakers need wins. LeBron's looking for a scoring title, even if he may not say it, but if you've been watching him long enough, you know the deal. Play him. Seth Curry. Listen, Seth Curry could give you 55 fantasy points or 35 fantasy points. With everybody else around him, he's in the player pool. I'm not playing him. Trae Young, absolutely in play against Orlando. Chris Paul is in play. Listen, they're playing Houston. He put up 46 fantasy points. People were worried about blowouts. Houston should not keep this game competitive, but you never know. Listen, I don't play for blowouts. Yeah, you do have to take them into consideration sometimes. Houston. Listen, the thing is, I'd play him. You got to make a stand either way. I'd play him because he can hit his fantasy point quota in three quarters. So he's in play. That's how I look at it. Westbrook, 8,700. No. Van Fleet, if he's healthy, sure. Halliburton is okay. Giddey, I wouldn't really play Giddey at 8,300, even though I know he just had a triple-double. He's not that guy yet. Fox, 8,200 against Chicago. You could play him. There's no Caruso. There's no Ball to really stand in his way. I know they got AO and all these other guys, but Fox shouldn't have a problem doing what he needs to do. Simons is in play. Russell's in play. Cole Anthony's in play at 6,700. Nice fast matchup with Atlanta. Kobe White's in play. I mean, he's kind of pricey for me, but he's in play. Kevin Porter Jr., you can play him if you like. I don't trust him. Marcus Smart, I believe he's hurt. I don't know if he's playing. If he's not playing, first of all, he's too pricey for me, so he's not in play. AO in play. Justice Winslow. They're not raising his price quick enough. Play him. Conley, Suggs, White are fine. Poole, if Clay is playing, I don't play Poole, so that's the rule. Clarkson's okay. Beverly's fine. Monte Morris if you must. Melton is okay. Trey Mann is okay, but he's inconsistent. Davion Mitchell is fine. Prefer him to start. Burks, Jalen Green, Neto, fine. Walker, no. Schroeder, we got to see how that looks. Bones Hyland. Bones Hyland has never done anything spectacular for me. If you want to play him, have at it. Ish Smith is in play, off the bench. Corey Joseph is in play because he's probably going to start. Lonnie Walker if you must. No haze for me. $19 minutes for Lance Stevenson. No Lance Stevenson for me. Let's go to shooting guard. It's an 11-game slate, so I'm not going to be pussyfooting with some of these plays. We're going to get to it. Damian Mitchell, 9K. He's alright. He's probably going to drop 50 on the Lakers. Play him. Jaylen Brown. I've been telling you about Jaylen Brown for weeks. Jaylen Brown is not that far behind Tatum. Or he might be even Almost equal. Listen, don't play with Jaylen Brown's name. He's a monster. Brown is in play. Booker. Halliburton. Anthony Edwards. We're not going to talk about Anthony Edwards. Like, I'm not mad at him. Like, you know, he's human, but he's part of the worst slate of all time. He's part of it. He's one half of it. D'Angelo Russell, we spoke about that. He's in play. Cunningham's in play. Thompson's getting up there, but he could pay that off in 3 quarters. 20 minutes, literally, he could pay that off. We know that. Fournier seems to like not playing with RJ Barrett. You could play Fournier. Just, you know, if you're playing 10 lineups, play him in 1. Bane, absolutely. Buddy Hield in his new role, absolutely. Barton, Gary Trent, OG, Bridges, yes. Suggs is okay. White looks okay. Malik Monk, I don't like Malik Monk when Westbrook plays. Seth Curry, absolutely. Cam Thomas, go on ahead. Bogdan, you could play at 55. Vassell is okay. I didn't scroll down to Tyus Jones, but absolutely Tyus Jones. It didn't matter. Yeah, Tyus Jones for point guard if Ja doesn't play. Same thing he did last night. You know the deal. Quentin Grimes if he starts. I know DiVincenzo came off the bench, got busy the last game. 27 minutes, 35 fantasy points. What did I tell you about DiVincenzo? I've been telling you about him going to Sacramento, how he was underrated. Well, listen, this is nothing new. For you guys that listen to the video, you already know the deal. I think that's it. No need to go organizing. Small forward. Tatum is fine. Kuzma hasn't been, like, you know, providing the fantasy points that we need from him at his price, so he's in the player pool, but I wouldn't be rostering him tonight. Josh Hart, absolutely in play in his new team. Sadiq Bey's always in play. He's a flamethrower. Harrison Barnes is in play. Justice Winslow, like I said before, light him up. Mikal Wiggins is in play. You know, you're playing 10 lineups, play him in 1 or 2. Scotty Barnes, same thing, 1 or 2 in play. Bojan in play. Gordon, Curry, Wagner in play. Patty Mills, I'm off of him. Crowder, 4,900, too pricey for me. You could pay that off, but just for me, I don't feel it in my gut, so. Not seen anything else that stands out at me. I know some of you guys will be playing Pokacheski. Have at it. Enjoy. Power forward. Randall. No RJ Barrett. You can fire out Randall. DeRozan is fine. He looks pricey, but he's fine. Tatum should really have himself a night tomorrow against Detroit. Sabonis haven't had a breakout game on Sacramento yet, and you know what? I'm not going to be waiting for it, so he's in the player pool, but I'm not playing him. Wendell Carter, 73, he's fine. Jaron Jackson Jr. is fine. Baisley's been a revelation of the past 2 weeks. He's still too cheap. Lock in Baisley, don't ask no questions. Jeremy Grant, 61, he's fine. Keldon Johnson, 57, he's fine. Al Horford, if there's no Bobby Williams, I'd like to say fire him up. Now, you can't look at this game log because this game he did good. 20 points, 21 fantasy points. 20 minutes, 21 fantasy points. Al Horford's in play with no Bobby Williams. You already know about the Boston game last night. That game was historic. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. OJ Brissett, he's fine. Tate, fine. Brandon Clark, believe it or not, is okay. Vanderbilt is okay. Kuminga is okay. Otto Porter off the bench is fine. Remember, his minutes are very volatile. Jalen Smith, lock him in like we did tonight. Marvin Bagley, if he started for Detroit, I'd play him, but I don't know what Detroit is doing. Guess what? Detroit doesn't know what Detroit is doing. That's about it. Are they even playing him now? No. You traded for Cam Reddish to not play him. I never liked the Knicks organization, and I probably never will. Jokic, fire him up. Towns, fire him up. Vucevic, do the same thing. AD, if he plays, he probably might have a good game since everybody's talking about him, but, sometimes he leaves his motor in the hotel room, so we don't know which AD's coming out. I still play him though. Nurkic is fine. Gobert is fine. Wood is fine. Jacob Hurtle in his 30 minutes, he's fine. Ayton is fine. Mitch Robinson is fine, believe it or not. Drummond is fine. 24 minutes, 33 fantasy points. Like, you're playing Andre Drummond 24 minutes like the other bigs on Brooklyn are better. So Steve Nash is a dickwad. Like, I hate to say it, but he just makes me so angry. On top of the fact that he lied about James Harden, like I told you he was lying. I told you they was trading Harden before Steve Nash told you they was trading Harden. NBA is so stupid, yo. Yeah, I'm a little bit fired up about last night, but the NBA is just stupid. Listen, we're gonna jump to FanDuel. We're gonna run through this real quick. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Thumbs up the video. Let YouTube know that I'm working hard to give you great picks. Usually, we're a little bit laid back in this on these videos. A little bit we have a fun time here, but not today. I'm not in a fun time mood. You understand what I'm saying? No Dave Chappelle tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because the NBA sucks. And I'm literally making this video because I know that there's people that, depend on me to steer them the right way. The NBA as a product is like drinking a cup of hot dog water. Like, I can literally smash my computer right now. That's how nuts I am right now. You guys, I don't even know you think I'm playing. Everything about NBA DFS is if you grade it from an A to an F, it's an F plus or an F minus. Everything about the package sucks. Everything. Let's start with point guard. Murray looks good. Young, Curry, Paul, Halliburton is okay, but he's 9,300. I don't know if he's ready for that type of work yet. Donovan Mitchell looks good. Van Fleet is okay. Ben Simmons is not conditioned to play. How you not? You know what? Let me continue. De'Aaron Fox is fine. Russell is fine. Westbrook is 7,300. That might be the best price I've ever seen him at, and he's still overpriced. Let's continue. Josh Giddey looks great, 7,200. Anthony Simons looks great. Kobe White looks overpriced. Listen, there might be no Zach LaVine. There might be no Lonzo Ball. There might be no Caruso. Vucevic and DeRozan are usage monsters. if your player is not a high usage player, it's going to be very hard for him to pay off $6,800. That's why you don't see me like, on him like that. He could go out there and hit 8 threes, yes he could. But the probability is more likely that he doesn't hit value. Do you know what you need from him at $3,800? You need literally 38 fantasy points, and that's why he's priced $6,800. That's exactly what you need. If you think he can give you 38 fantasy points again, back to back, fire him up. This is all an open book test. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you the answers, and you just got to figure out the right questions. That's the question. Is Kobe? I gave you the answer, 38. Your question to yourself now is, if I roster Kobe White tonight, will he give me 38 fantasy points? If you can figure that out, you'll be in the green. Let's continue. Cole Anthony, he's fine. Derek White, probably they might start him for Smart. If Smart doesn't play, he's still a little bit pricey. He's gonna need 36 fantasy points. Not even, you need 37 or 38 fantasy points to hit value, which he could get against Detroit. Cade Cunningham is a lot. I mean, listen, the reason he's priced down because Boston's the #1 defensive rated team right now in the NBA. You see what they did to the Philly? So look. So be very careful playing Cade Cunningham because he might not even pay this off. He needs 36 fantasy points. Yep, Suggs is fine. Conley, Clarkson, Curry, fine. Beverly is fine. Melton is okay. Trey Mann if he starts. Burks if he starts. Davion Mitchell, I prefer the starts. Patty Mills is a no for me. Ben McLemore is okay. Ish Smith coming off the bench, 4,900. I don't think so. Schroeder, no. Neto, yes. Kemba, no. Green, yes. Joseph if he starts. Campazzo, no. Carter, Hyland, Payton, Sadaransky, Maladon, Tyus. Campazzo, Carter, Hyland, Payton, Sadaransky, Maladon, no. Tyus Jones, yes. Let's go to shooting guard. DeRozan, yes. Booker, yes. If Anthony Edwards plays, I'm not playing him. You should know why. Russell is fine. Jaylen Brown is too cheap. Cam Thomas is okay. Anthony Simons is too cheap. Gary Trent is fine, especially there's no Van Fleet. Bogdan is pricey. Ayo is up and down. He's inconsistent. If you pay $6,500 for Bruce Brown, listen, don't do it. Just don't do it. Josh Hart is fine. Klay Thompson is fine. Cole Anthony, Bane, Buddy, Cunningham, Suggs, play him. Fournier, play him. Wagner, Vassell, Barton, Clarkson, Seth Curry, play him. DiVincenzo, 5,500. Off the bench, I don't know. Too rich for my blood. If you're playing 10 lineups, play him in 1. Herder, Quentin Grimes at 5,200. I'd rather play him on the DraftKings where he's cheaper. Malik Monk, you might be able to get away with it if he goes off, but Utah's a tough matchup. And it's Smith, like I said before. Jalen Green, starting point guard, 4,500 is never too bad. And that's it. Small forward. Listen, guys, real quick. If you're, I know some of you guys are struggling to cash because the NBA gotten ridiculous and the scores have gotten higher. Now, I'm doing fine on that account. That's not a problem for me. It's only like injuries and all this other stupidness, like people getting thrown out, blah blah blah. Listen, if you guys don't have time to be sitting here waiting for news, sitting here waiting for news after lock, injury reports, protocols, all that stuff, and you're not being quick enough to fix your lineup before lock, take a look at my Patreon, which is linked in the description, and that's basically all I do. I do the heavy lifting for you, and I provide optimal lineups right before lock for any sport. Any sport you want to play, you can choose the bronze package, which is NBA, and you'll get all sports for the rest of the month because it's February and NBA is about to be going to All-Star break. So if you're having trouble cashing, check out the Patreon. Other than that, let's continue. Small forward, Braun, Tatum, Kuzma in play. Brissett is pricey. Baisley, play him. City Bay, play him. Harrison Barnes is fine. Justice Winslow is fine. Kevin Porter's supposed to be fine, but he's unreliable. Josh Hart is fine. Desmond Bain is fine. Buddy Hield is okay. Scotty Barnes is fine. Fournier is fine. Mikal Bridges, OG, fine. Kuminga's kind of pricey. Not playing Lance Stevenson off the bench. Bojan Bogdanovic is going to have himself a field day tonight. Trust me. And small forward looks good today. That's all I'm going to say. Power forward. AD is okay. Julius Randle is kind of pricey. Pascal Siakam is okay. Prefer Van Fleet to be out. Sabonis is okay, but he hasn't done nothing in Sacramento. Christian Woods is fine. Kyle Kuzma is better at this price. Jaren Jackson looks good. Wendell Carter is fine. Aaron Gordon is okay. Day'Ron Sharpe, I guess, he's going to play. He's 6K. I don't really know what else to tell you. I don't think he's going to pay off value, so I'd rather go to Horford. Isaiah Stewart, no. Jeremy Grant, absolutely. Jalen Smith, he's going to start playing. I think that's it, guys. Marvin Bagley, if he started. Vanderbilt. That's about it. Alright, Jokic, playing. Vooch is okay. Cat, Rudy Gobert, Jacob Hurtle, Nurkic. Ayton is fine. Steven Adams is fine. Mitchell Robinson is fine. Capella is fine. Andre Drummond is fine. You just gotta hope his minutes go up. And that's where I stop at center. If your center is not doing what he needs to do, your whole ticket is done. Alright, listen, I'm about to jump to Yahoo, see who I like over there. If you come into Yahoo with me, we'll be there in 15 seconds. The rest of you, and if you're just playing DraftKings and FanDuel, thank you for being here. I hope you finesse some type of winnings last night with that awful, disgusting slate. And good luck to you tonight. And subscribe and thumbs up on your way out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yahoo, we'll start with point guard. Murray's fine. Curry's okay. Trae Young, I prefer. Paul is okay. Van Fleet is fine if he plays. Fox is okay. Fade in Westbrook completely. Simons is fine. Cole Anthony is okay. Conley is okay, especially because of the matchup. Ayo is okay. Kobe White's okay. Beverly's okay. Neto is too cheap. And you can play Ish Smith, but you're really going to play Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is locked tonight if Morant doesn't play. Mitchell is fine. Booker, Halliburton, Brown looks good again. Cunningham, Giddy, Russell, Gary Trent, Bane looks great. Klay Thompson is fine. Barton, Suggs, Fournier looks good. Clarkson, Curry, Davion Mitchell, Melton looks fine. Cam Thomas looks fine. Quentin Grimes if he starts again. And if you're playing 10 lineups, you could throw DiVincenzo in one. That's it. Small forward. Braun, Tatum. Sadiq Bey's fine. Lay off for OG and Wiggins. Barnes is okay. McHale is okay. Franz Wagner, Gordon, fine. Bojan, I prefer over Bogdan, but they're both fine. Buddy Hield looks great. That's about it. DeRozan is fine. Randall is fine. Kuzma is okay. Jaren Jackson looks good. Carter looks good. Josh Hart looks very good. Jeremy Grant looks good. Barnes is okay. Bazley looks like a lock. Keldon Johnson looks good. Al Horford looks like another lock. And Winslow is another lock. Vanderbilt is okay. O'Shea is okay. Marvin Bagley is okay. Prefer him to start. Kuminga is okay if he starts. Nobody else stands out. Let's go to center. Jokic, obviously. Vooch looks good. Siakam if there's no Van Fleet. Cat looks great. Gobert looks fine. Vooch looks good. Wood looks good. Andre Drummond, production will be there, but will his minutes be there? That's the question. Jacob Poeltl looks good. Mitchell Robinson looks good. Ayton looks too cheap. Steven Adams looks great. Capella looks good again. And that's where I'll stop for Yahoo. Alright, we're coming to the home stretch. You're playing SuperDraft. Follow me carefully. Curry looks fine. Murray looks better. Trae Young looks fine. DeRozan looks good. Paul is always good. Booker looks good. Mitchell looks good. Halliburton is okay. Fox is okay. Russell is okay. Simons looks good. Cunningham looks okay. Gary Trent looks great if there's no Van Fleet. Other than that, he looks good. Anthony's okay. Klay Thompson looks great. Giddy looks great. Bane looks great if there's no Morant. If Morant is in play, he looks good. Josh Hart looks great. Bay looks good. Barton looks good. Winslow looks great again. He will probably be a top 3. He'll finish top 3 on SuperDraft. Lock him in. Buddy Hield looks good. And Seth Curry looks good. And I think that's as far down as I'm going. And Tyus Jones, of course. Tyus Jones if there's no Morant. Braun's in play. AD's in play. Siakam's in play. Sabonis, Tatum, Randall, Kuzma, Wood, Brown, Jackson Jr. I like Trent Jr. Carter Jr. I don't like Grant for SuperDraft. A lot of better plays around him. Bazley looks good. Winslow looks great. Spoke about him. Mitchell Robinson looks good. And at center, Jokic, of course. Cat looks good. Vooch is fine. Gobert is okay. Nurkic is okay. Ayton is fine. Jacob Puerto looks good. Capella looks good. Be careful with the minutes. Al Horford if you want to be cute. And Mitch Robinson. And Drummond. Drummond looks good. And Steven Adams. And there the radiator goes. I'm finished. I just had it timed for 30 minutes, and it went on at 30 minutes on the dot. Alright guys, listen, thank you for being here. Sorry about last night, because I know you guys got screwed some way. Good luck to you tonight. Thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe on the way out. Check out the Patreon if you need help. Remember, all sports are included in the bronze package because it's February. And listen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.